Welcome everybody to the Daily Flow Show. Happy Fantastic Friday. Why is it fantastic? Because you're graduating. Woo! 13 years comes down to this. Congratulations. Man, I hope you have a fantastic, fun-filled Frenzy Friday. Wow, that's a lot of F's. I know. For those that don't know, my name is Mr. Flourish. They call me Flo. I've been doing this Daily Flow Show throughout distance learning almost every day, just to give students a little pick-me-up, I guess you would say. Usually what I do is I have some jokes, I have some shout-outs. I tend to laugh at myself a lot, make a fool out of myself. Sometimes I'm at different locations like Minnehaha Falls. I've been up on my garage doing these things. And obviously today I'm coming to you from Rosemount High School. Why? Because Mr. Roback must have heard about the show and decided, Principal Roback said, will you please do one last Daily Flow show for our graduating class and the parents? And I'm like, well, I guess so. I mean, if it's that good of a show, well, why not, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually start with a dad joke. That's usually what I do. So I'm going to start with a little dad joke. Dads and moms, you are welcome to use this anytime you want. Okay, so here's my dad joke, and this is real. A lot of times when we have dinner, we'll have some kind of beans, like green beans or baked beans or something like that. And when we sit down, my daughter, the first thing she'll do is say, Dad, just say it and get it out of the way. And my response is, how you been? Get it? How you been? But how you been? Oh man, it's always a knee kicker, I'll tell you what. Hey, what happened to my why is my screen all black? What's going on here? Who turned my screen off? Was my joke that bad? What's going on?
Wait, I want to turn too. Did we get into the Daily Flow Show? Yes. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chad Greenway, former Minnesota Viking. I am so proud to be a part of this 2020 Rosemount High School graduation and this graduating class. I'm proud to be able to join you on this very different but also unique opportunity to be a part of your graduation. I do think there's the most important things that I could look to over these last 15 years that I've learned. Build relationships with anybody and everybody that you possibly can. Building a relationship and getting to know them, understanding them, and being authentic in your relationship is so important and will be the most important thing to being a successful adult. The second thing is get out of your comfort zone. Find a way, find somebody, find something to push yourself. Because if you don't, you will not reach your full value. Surround yourself with people that are like you, like-minded, and want to drive to succeed. If you do those two things, you have a long ways to have some success. Thanks so much for letting me be a small part of your graduation. All the best and good luck.
Hi everyone, I'm Fox 9 Chief Meteorologist Ian Leonard taking over this broadcast. Usually I would do that to talk about severe weather, but in this case, I want to talk to you about a big challenge. The challenge is for yourselves as you move forward from high school into the next phase of your life, whatever that may be. Now, everyone talks about finding your purpose. That's a tough thing, but I'll tell you, it gets easier if you find your passion first. Find your passion, and I guarantee it will lead to your purpose. Or you can ask yourself these three questions. What do I like? What am I good at? And the most important one is, what does the world need? That will help you also identify your passion and thereby lead you to your purpose. Every night before I go to bed, I always say, what did I do for somebody else today? And when I wake up in the morning, I say, what will I do for somebody else today? These are all important things that will help you put one foot in front of the other again as you bravely move past high school and into the next phase of your life. What I'll tell you is this, I'm an email away, an email to help you find your passion. And I promise you, as I did for Mike and everybody at Rosemount by answering that one email that said, can you do it? Can you interrupt the commencement speeches? Yeah, I can do it. And you can do it too. Good luck to you, my friends. Good luck, and find your passion. 3 words for you: peace, love, and understanding. Oh, I'm being told that I have to return you now to your regularly scheduled speeches. I'm Fox 9 Chief Meteorologist Ian Leonard.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to one of the best graduations Rosemount's ever had. My dear graduates, I'm completely honored and humbled that you have asked me to give you final guiding words on what should be one of the best nights of your lives to this point. This is not how I or anyone pictured this night would go for you. However, this is your night, and we're still going to celebrate it because you've earned it. When I sat down to think about my speech, I kept coming back to how this pandemic has thrown a wrench in your senior year. This spring, you had no athletics, no music or stage productions, no prom, no hanging out with your friends the last couple of months of school, and now a virtual graduation? It really doesn't seem fair, nor is it. Then I decided, you know what? I'm going to look at this from a different view. Glass half full kind of thing, not half empty. You? You have a story to tell about your senior year and graduation. Sure, I guess I do too, but it's nothing like yours. This is how I remember my graduation. It was special. Don't get me wrong, but it's the same story that each of your parents and older siblings could tell you. For you, your graduation's making history, and that's one of the things that makes it a special night. Seriously, think about it. This pandemic will now be written in the history books forever. Your graduation story will be a free response question or a DBQ someday on an AP exam. You'll be telling your kids and your grandkids that graduation was different during the 2020 pandemic. You have undoubtedly missed out on some big things these last couple of months. No one is disagreeing with you. In fact, we all feel terrible for you. I know because I have a son graduating tonight from Burnsville High School, and he is in the same boat as you. Yes, with a virtual graduation, I get to be in two places at once. You have worked so hard to get to this point, and yet you can't walk across that physical stage like everyone else in past years. But let's continue to be optimistic and look at the positive side of things. This chapter of your story, we're going to be titling it, Look at the Bright Side. For the last 3 months, you got to sleep in, wake up when you wanted, and never be late for school. You could turn in your homework at 2 a.m. in the morning if you wanted to, which I know some of you did because I could see it on Schoology. Homework was generally not late because teachers were being so flexible. You didn't have to spend 8 hours at school and then go home and still have 2 to 3 hours of homework still. You got to binge watch almost every show you could possibly watch. You got to spend a ton more time with your family. But maybe that's getting old and you are ready more than ever to leave the nest. Some of you are able to work more hours and make more money now. I had a student the other day say, Mr. Flo, guess what? I got my first check with a comma in it. I was like, dang, I think he's making more than me. No sports or co-curriculars? I can't really say how that was a good thing. Oh, well, I guess you could say that you're all state and conference champions because you had an undefeated season. Not many of us parents can say that about our high school sports. Well, you ask, what about graduation? How can this be looked at differently? This is a major bummer. Well, that is the next chapter of your story, titled simply Graduation. Let's talk about your graduation. Due to the current circumstances, the school district, our administration, your teachers, and parents have put so many extra hours into making your graduation as special as possible. You, for the first time ever, actually got a drive-through ceremony with more teachers than ever to congratulate and applaud you. In fact, you'll see how proud we are of you at the conclusion of my speech. In past graduations, to keep things moving quickly, we have told people to not cheer loudly when your name is called and you're getting your diploma. Tonight, though, when people hear your name, they're going to be able to cheer as loud as they want. They can honk those horns as long as they want. They can run through the neighborhood yelling for you, and no one will stop them. Yes, your graduation is being shown on the internet, virtually. Weird, I suppose, but you're on the World Wide Web. Probably the most watched graduation we have ever had. Your relatives from all over the world can watch you graduate. Again, another story for everyone to tell. Your parents' graduation? I'm guessing the old film has started to deteriorate and they don't even know where it is. Yours will be on the internet forever. Your kids and grandkids will be able to watch your graduation and know your story. Now, new chapter in your book. We're going to call this title Lessons Learned. Let's start looking forward and seeing what advantages you have gained in these last few months. You have learned that structure is important. You have learned that you are a morning person or a night owl, and you'll plan to start your college classes or your jobs accordingly. You have learned to have Zoom parties and be creative with how you hang out with your friends. You've learned to advocate for yourself. You've learned to plan and to make to-do lists and follow a calendar. You've learned how to motivate yourself to sit down and do work. You learned that your phone can be a distraction and to put it down when necessary. You learned how to have a growth mindset, and sometimes you just have to go with the flow. You learned that there are different heroes in our world, more down to earth than our professional athletes and music and TV stars. For example, those working in the medical field, first responders, your teachers, grocery store workers, or people working with our elderly who risk their lives for making sure others have a better life. Many of you, and your parents, are these heroes and should be applauded. In fact, many would say each of you seniors are heroes because you have sacrificed key rites of passage your senior year so that others can stay healthy. Most importantly, you have learned about the importance of friendships and family. You rally together during hard times. Cap George would be so proud to call you friends. You lived this chapter of your story and learned all of this in the last 3 months. You learned that RHS teachers really care about you. Parents and guardians love you, and friends, they want to protect you. All of this has prepared you to take the next step of your journey. Okay, next chapter of your story, we're going to title this one Grit. Grit means courage and resolve, strength of character. You learned what grit means. Ask your parents if they know what grit is. There isn't anyone that hasn't had difficult things happen and learned how to fight through it. You are just figuring it out a little earlier. You could have quit, but you didn't, as is evident that you're graduating tonight. You may have made mistakes along the way, but how you handle and learn from those mistakes make you who you are. You are living proof of the definition of grit, courage, resolve, and strength of character. I am honored to be your faculty speaker. I dreamed about giving my speech in front of a crowd of parents, siblings, grandparents, friends, and of course, you, our students. Listening people cheer for you and watching you throw your caps. However, virtual graduation or not, it doesn't take away the fact that I am proud of you. Your teachers are proud of you. Your family and friends are so proud of you. And it can never take away the fact that you have accomplished something great. And you have a story that is different than every other Rosemount graduating class before you, all 102 of them. This day is yours, and no one can take that away from you. You have worked so hard for the past 13 years to get here. Take some time and reflect and be proud of yourself. You have left a legacy, a mark on Rosemount High School. I challenge you now to make an impact on our world. Continue to write your story, make mistakes, take risks, and learn from them. Do your part to make it better. Show us how strong you are, whether you go to college, into the military serving your country, or you go right into the workforce. You have made it through the last few months, so you've just proven to yourself that you can make it through almost anything. These last couple of months haven't changed what you've done over the last 13 years. You will soon realize this is a brief moment of time in your life, and your journey is just beginning. Each of you need to thank your parents and guardians. It may not seem like it now, but many of you will look back at the end of your senior year and realize how special they are. They have pushed you and bugged you, but it was out of love. They guided you through turbulent waters so that you can learn to sail on your own. They have felt your pain and would have done anything to take it away. Your parents and guardians are helping you to write your story. Don't forget to thank them. They are so proud of you too, even more proud knowing what sacrifices you gave up at the end of your senior year. Now, this just wouldn't be me without one last flow moment. Let's take a walk. Now, before I close, I talked about taking risks. Well, who would I be if I didn't follow my own words? I'm not a singer, so my family has told me, but I'm going to take a risk anyways. I want to sing the song My Wish by Rascal Flatts to honor you, our graduating class. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I've asked Mr. Allbaugh to join us. Class of 2020, I want you to know you have made a difference here at Rosemount. I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you want to go. If you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. More than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you and the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish. I hope you know somebody loves you. May all your dreams stay big. Rosemount graduating class of 2020. I'm so proud of you. We are all so proud of you. I challenge you now to continue to write your story. There are plenty of great chapters yet to be written. Congratulations, and know you've made a mark on all of us.